The most recent example of something that I'm truly excited about, I spent the last 7 years of my life working on a prostate cancer test. And so there are 250,000 men every year come down with have prostate cancer, are diagnosed with prostate cancer. But of those 250,000 men, very few, less than 5% of those men will ever die of their prostate cancer, or ever their cancer, less than 5% of those men, it won't spread anywhere. So they really don't need to have surgery. They don't have to have their prostate cancer taken out. In order to remove the cancer, men have terrible side effects. They have incontinence, and incontinence is when they might just not be able to control their bowel movements, right? Or and so they have these awful side effects that really affect their quality of life, and maybe they don't even ever need the surgery. But the problem is that these surgeons don't know which one of those patients is the one who's going to die of their prostate cancer, or whose prostate cancer is going to spread. Well, what if you had a test that told you that your prostate cancer is not aggressive? You will die of something else before you ever die of your prostate cancer. Or if they said, if you had a test that said, yes, your prostate cancer is aggressive and it will recur, has an 80% or 90% chance of recurring in the next 5 years, you would want to have that surgery. So our test is a test that I helped develop. I just helped discover the genes that are important in prostate cancer aggressiveness, combine those genes into a mathematical formula to give a score that says, yes, your prostate cancer is more aggressive than we thought, or it's less aggressive than we thought based on the way that the prostate cancer looks. Because now they make all these diagnoses based on, they take a biopsy sample, they stick a needle in the prostate, they get out a little piece of tumor, they look at it under a microscope, and they say, this tumor grade is high, I think it doesn't look so good, or it's low. But not all tumors are the same. You don't know what the biology of that tumor is. You're looking at it visually, but what's the true biology of that tumor? That's what we've discovered. And so we have an assay now that helps men make better treatment choices. So when they come to the doctor and they're diagnosed with prostate cancer, they're one of those 250,000 men, they know now with our test, if they get our test, they know whether or not their cancer is one of the more aggressive cancers, and maybe if it is, they might go on to surgery. Or they know whether it's one of the less aggressive or indolent cancers that will never metastasize or never spread. And what they'll do is they might just say, okay, I'd like to just be watched. I'd like to have, be monitored over the next 2 to 5 years. And if if the cancer looks like it's progressing, then they might treat it then. But they have a better quality of life. They don't have the side effects that are associated with having the surgery. And so for me, I think that's just huge to make such a big difference in men's lives and their wives' lives and their families' lives.